Hi, and welcome to Teletalk. I'm Liv.
And I'm Ben.
And on this episode, you'll hear our carefully considered and not at all random thoughts on a show we like. There will be spoilers.
We're giving ourselves an age rating of 15 and above, but you're welcome to make up your own mind. Listener discretion is advised. This week, we're on Oak Island, Season 13, Episode 4, The Smoking Gun!
Yeah, a bit of a giveaway, isn't it?
Pew pew pew! Was it smoking?
No.
And I'm sceptical as to whether it's even a gun, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there. There is a alleged gun paraphernalia.
What if it was called The Sharp Scissors?
Oh, don't even get me started on scissors.
I liked that bit, mainly because of your reaction.
We'll get to that. It's been a frustrating episode for me. So we start off in traditional Oak Island fashion, drilling in the money pit.
Yep.
Alleged money pit, alleged. We're definitely drilling.
Well, we were led to believe that they would find a coin this episode, weren't we?
Who was right? Who was right?
Well, they did find an object, and they scanned it, and it was metal, and then they said the word coin, but it was not a coin.
Yeah, they drilled down to 204 foot and met bedrock, and then, for the first time ever... Ding, 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 ding. Metal detector sounding off.
Yeah,
in the
bedrock.
In the crumbled bedrock. And I'm like, this is weird.
Yeah, like, even if the treasure had been in the solution channel and it had fallen to the bottom, why would it get stuck in the bedrock?
I feel disappointed in myself, because in the moment, while they were faffing around pulling it out, I was like, oh, well, maybe if it, the drillers drilled down and drilled into the bedrock, so maybe the drillers pushed it down.
Oh, you were trying to rationalise it.
They've just pushed it down. But they were like, oh, it's definitely a coin. And I'm looking at it going, that is not... There's no way...
half a coin.
Yeah, but it was like, what, a centimetre thick on one side?
Yeah,
it was like a wedge shape. I'm like, that is a weird coin. And they were like, it's a coin. And they pass it along. It's a coin. Pass it along. It's definitely a coin.
There's markings on it.
Yeah, and then Scott Barlow, the site manager, looks at it and goes, oh, yeah, sorry, boys. It's the button off of a drill bit. There we go. Someone killing this particular dream right there.
They all deflated.
He's getting fired. Yeah, and they were like, oh, but then they rallied and they were like, but this is a good thing. And do you know why it's a good thing, Liv?
I do know why it's a good thing.
Why is it a good thing?
Because if part of a drill bit can fall off and sink down to the bottom, that means treasure can too.
Yeah, exactly. So I admire their silver lining thinking of like, this proves the principle.
Proof
of the principle. But I also fear that somehow they're going to spin this for like future seasons where they're like, we haven't found anything in the solution channel. Maybe it's been pushed into the bedrock. And then they'll start drilling down to bedrock, and then God knows what's beyond bedrock.
Maybe it's in the magma.
It turns out lava is the reason why there's no treasure anymore. But that was it in the money pit drilling. A real disappointment.
I'm sorry, I can't let that go. Magma and lava are the same thing, except lava is above ground and magma is below ground.
Okay. Okay.
So...
No one cares, Liv.
I care!
No one cares. But yeah, they didn't... much like no one cared about the money pit drilling after this episode.
No,
right?
That was a very small segment, actually.
I know.
They just said, well, just keep drilling.
It's almost like it's an entire dud drilling there, because how many things have they actually found in the, like, bajillion drill bits?
I suppose technically at the moment they're not looking for treasure as such. They're looking for a site to put a caisson down into.
Yes, although they told us they were going to put a caisson on last week's one, so they're obviously they'll do that.
And
later.
they won't put one here though.
No, because this was shit.
This is a bit pointless.
This was a bit pointless. The Oak Island tagline, but yeah. And then we move on to the lead bar, the big excitement from last episode, the highly decorative. And very, very definitely part of a cross lead bar quote from Gary Drayton
that is
last
the
week.
Same lead, definitely going to be the same lead as the cross.
So the first thing we learn is that it's not decorated, right?
Yes.
And I was like, oh, that's peed on your chips, Mr. Drayton.
And then the second thing that I learned was that the lead cross was medieval.
Yes.
And that was where the medieval intentions title from the last episode came from.
So they're basically titling last episode based on something they found in 2017.
Yes,
Wow.
with the assumption that what they've just found matches.
At least someone in this episode says the episode title of this one. I can see directly where they got it from.
Yeah.
But like that one, I was like, meh.
Yeah. Well, this piece of lead that they've just found is... They can tell that it's original, like it's never been reworked, melted down and worked into something else.
I'd love to know how they know.
The metallurgy. And so they're now going to send it off for laser ablation testing.
Yes, because they've dated it to 1700s or before.
Yes, I think they're banking on the or before bit.
Yes, as they always do.
I'm wondering if her metallurgy can only go back that far.
Maybe.
Which is a bit of a flaw when they're looking for early stuff, right?
Oh, they found it in the floor, so that makes sense. But yeah, I thought it was interesting because Gary was giving it big licks about the age and like really pumping it up and sort of breezed over how he was wrong about everything.
Everything else, yeah.
Everything else. But yeah, so they're going to do a laser ablation and I guess we'll find out something next week about it.
Yeah, 'cause they didn't hazard a guess as to what it actually was.
Well, that's because they've sold it's part of a cross, Liv.
Are they sticking with that?
Lord Drayton has spoken and he's never wrong.
Okay.
Apart from when he's wrong later. But, so yeah, again, it's slightly underwhelming, but I did enjoy how very much it was definitely not what Gary said last week. Like because he made a big thing about it. Like, it's highly decorated, mate. Nothing. They didn't mention that. But yeah, so we've only got 2 more sort of sections to the shows. It's quite heavy on Lot 5 scanning and on El Swampo.
Yes, because we get to the swamp again this episode.
That's our big finale, Liv, just for you, because you love the swamp.
I do.
Or the bog. Because there's a swamp and a bog. They're different, aren't they?
Are they?
Yes. I think they differentiate. I think the bog might be a subset of the swamp. We're getting ahead of ourselves.
Okay.
Look forward to that, listeners. To Lot 5, as we go for anything really interesting in this show. Weirdly, and controversially from my perspective, very little archaeology this episode. Like, none.
Yeah.
Even though we spend a lot of it on Lot 5.
What are they doing on Lot 5?
So Gary and Rick, the dream team, are scanning. And they're like, right, none of this like bit of a cross malarkey. Get Gary and Rick in, they'll find something. And they actually find quite a lot.
Yeah, but they do it in a different way because for a few seasons we saw them... Well, we saw Gary having flagged it, then re-scanning what he's already scanned and flagged, and then digging it up. Now they're just digging it up and then flagging it.
Yes, they're just experimenting with all the ways. Because I was getting confused because I had to ask you. I was like, he said, like they've dug it up, they've put it in the pocket, the thing that we're about to talk about. But then afterwards, Gary's like, "Oh, just flag that, would you?" And I'm like, "But they've dug it up. There's a hole there. Why do they need to put?" I think they got
sick of flagging bottle caps, and Laird's gone, you know what? Scan it, dig it, then flag it only if it looks good.
I feel like Laird's just going, do you know what? Who gives a shit? You do what you want, guys. Whatevs.
Or the Canadian government changed the goalposts on them again.
Oh, well, yeah, it could be. Or they've decided that bit's worthless.
Yeah, we don't care about that.
But again, like a few episodes ago, and they were like just digging themselves with no supervision, like within touching distance of the rounded feature. So it's all a what? I'm starting to think they're making it up as they go along.
No obvious supervision.
Yeah. Just Laird behind the camera going...
They were so close to the dig site that the archaeologist was just keeping a corner eye on them.
Do you think we missed them glancing off screen and they just, unseen to us, there's just an archaeologist going, yeah, giving them the thumbs up?
I mean, to be fair, if they showed us all of the archaeologists giving us all of the permission, that would be the entire show.
Oak Island permissions.
You get permission.
Yeah, okay. So they initially get a little squeak, as Gary calls it, and they find, and I quote, a curiously shaped lead artifact. Wow, you're really feeling it, aren't you?
Different from the lead oblong object that they found last episode.
Yeah, curiously shaped.
Curious. Oh, yeah, it was a curious shape.
What shape was it? I've forgotten.
Yeah, I can't really remember.
Yeah, lumpy bumpy.
Yeah.
But yeah, they don't really I was expecting to make a bigger deal of it than they did. They've obviously been burnt by how disappointing the last lead object was.
Yes, he keeps a lid on his enthusiasm this time, doesn't he?
Yeah, and they move on, and this is where we get to my favourite part of the episode, and I know your favourite part, other than the swamp, where they get a second ding, and they pull out, initially, what looks suspiciously like the handle of some scissors.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then Gary, for the first time ever, goes, I reckon there might be more. And then he scans again in the same spot and gets another ding. And what does he pull out?
The other handle.
Yeah. And it was like, oh, wow, those are big old wrought iron scissor handles.
Or
Convenient.
are they?
Well, that's the thing, because they summon Laird over.
No, before that, Gary puts the two handles together. Yeah, lengthways? How would you put it? So that the two circle bits are opposite ends on a string.
Imagine snapping the handles off scissors and then connecting the snapped bits to each other, so you've got like a hoop attached to a hoop.
With a line of lead in between.
Yes.
And he's like, this is from a horse.
Also, well, no, it's not lead, to be fair. I was about to say, who makes scissors out of lead? That would be impractical and dangerous. But yeah, he says it's horse...
Bridle.
Yeah. And
then he positions it like it would be here on the horse, around their mouth, there'd be another one.
Yeah, and you said, like, why would they make it like that? Because the hoops were at the side, like scissors. They weren't direct. If you were making a horse bridle, why wouldn't you just connect the ends of the circles? And I was just like, oh, well, it's like oldie worldy. They probably,
But they went into this whole thing. They had diagrams of horses.
Yeah.
And then they were like, it would have been dropped and the horses would have worked with the oxes.
And they were like, it's definitely not ox. This is definitely horse.
Yeah. And then Laird comes over.
But this was another instance of this episode where I was going, no, it'll be because it's old stuff. And I was like fully drinking their Kool-Aid.
Yeah, but first of all, you wrote handles.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
they only found one and you were like, oh, cross out the S.
No,
Then they
I was
found the other
rubbing it
one.
out and then they found the other one. And I just turned to you with a sad look on my face. And I said, I've literally just finished making a faff of scrubbing out the S on handles, and I'd looked at it and gone, handles, I could just cross that out. I crossed it out, and then I was like, no, I'm gonna rub it out. And I made this big thing, and it was a debate to myself. I look up and they're like, I found another one. I'm like, oh, for God's sake.
Put the S back.
And then it turns out I crossed that out in the
Cross
end.
that out because horse bridle.
Because yeah, he was like, oh, it's a horse bridle. Cross that. I'm not rubbing it out this time. I'm crossing it out. And then that he gives this full rundown of what it is to Laird, and Laird starts off by going, well, I'd like to do some more research.
Yeah, Laird is not going in for this. He's like,
Yeah, that's the closest I've ever seen to Laird just go, Gary, would you shut up? You don't know what you're talking about.
Curb your enthusiasm.
And they eventually, we'll skip forward, they get it to the lab, and Emma Culligan points out that on their scanning, the two breakpoints don't match each other. One's rounded and one's rectangular.
She said they came from the same object, but they're not the same breakpoint.
And it turns out that they are scissors. And I'm like, ah!
And then, no, do you know what? The best bit is still to come.
And I'm going, I can't just rub out and rewrite. I had a real debate, so I then crossed out bridle and put scissors again with a grumpy face. And what did I have to do to that?
I don't know.
I had to cross it out again is what I had to do.
Well, no. I mean, no.
Because they're not scissors.
Well, they are.
They're shears.
It's the same damn thing.
No, they're different. From the UK. Surprisingly close to home. But I was just like, this has been the most frustrating experience of my life.
Can we get to my best bit?
Yes.
Which was then... One of them said, hey, Laird, don't you have a book about scissors? Well, yes, I do.
It's just over
here. And he
here.
gets his quite a big book, considering it's just about scissors, and opens it up, and they find, shears, but they really are scissors. I mean, potato, right? And then
Who
they're
says
like,
potato?
It's those ones from the whatever century. Like, wow, archaeology must be so boring.
Well, I'm surprised it made the cut. Yay! I've been sitting on that one for a
Silence.
while. You're the only one here. But it was the archaeology equivalent of that week where they were like, oh, we found a boulder, and Marty just puts his hand off screen and pulls out the massive lever.
No, he walks over to the tree.
Yeah, but
to get
still,
the pry bar.
what a convenient thing to just have lying around for this scenario. Laird just is like, oh, we haven't found any scissors or shears yet, but I'm going to make sure I've got my encyclopedia of scissors just in case.
Like, is there one of these books for seed beads?
It's a very small one, pocketbook. It's more of a pamphlet.
Moving on.
Yeah, but they haven't linked anything to Templars as of yet this episode, which is quite impressive.
Yeah. Oh, hang on a minute, actually. What's the deal with these scissors?
They're going to do more research into them.
Are they actually, or is that it?
No, I think they're going to research them more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But we also found there was more Lot 5 shenanigans.
Hang on, just going back to the scissors.
Okay, right, we're not getting off the we're back.
Well, look, these are old scissors, right? We've got two
I would
handles.
hope so, yeah.
It's not like they were plastic handles and they snapped off.
No.
These are metal.
Yeah.
So where's the blades?
Well, they've been hidden
They're
in the
equally
conspiracy.
metal.
It's a conspiracy, Liv.
They were probably made in single pieces.
Right.
You know, like a good quality knife.
What you're trying to suggest to me, that the scissors weren't made all fused into one...
I just think he needs to rescan that hole.
the
where's
hole
the rest of them?
The hole that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
Well, maybe. Maybe that's what those two curious lead objects are. They're the blades.
I mean, it must have all buried together, right? Because if they broke in use, typically you would think one of the handles snapped off.
Well, the problem is the whole island has just been destroyed over the years, right? Although the Lot 5 maybe not. It just doesn't make sense.
Plot
it's
hole.
A mystery. A plot hole. Yes. So back to Lot 5 shenanigans.
Okay.
Unless you've got more scissor material.
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
We're going to cut it here.
Okay.
Oh, good. So they find a new feature. A curious... This is weird. Okay, I need to go off on one about this,
Okay.
right? Because they're just wandering around and they're like, oh, hang on.
No, he was scanning.
He was scanning, yeah, but they go, hang on. There's a circular feature that we've not seen before, but it's got a pink flag in the middle. And they're going, but we must have seen it and scanned it then. But there's a circular feature.
Was there a pink flag in the middle?
Yeah, it was right in the middle. And they were talking about it. They were like, I don't understand, because we've obviously scanned it, but we don't, we've not seen it before. What?
The hand of the producer. Oh, no one's noticed this. I'll go and run up, sneakily run up, put a flag in it. They're bound to spot it now.
I think Katya and Peter Finetti are going to get told off, because I think they've scanned it.
You reckon?
Yeah, I think someone's getting a bollocking.
Or it was Laird. And he's like, oh my god, they keep missing this.
Here.
It doesn't look good for telly if I just go, guys, you didn't see this yet. So I'll just put this flag in it, and at some point, someone important will find it, and then I can be called over.
It is. So it's the archaeology equivalent of a big neon sign that says, ooh, what's this?
Yeah.
I like that theory. I've decided that that's what's happened. That's the best theory.
Yeah.
Yeah, Laird's just going...
Yeah. Look to the left.
But they scan it, and there's no metal there, which lends to your theory.
Absolutely.
Because there's no metal, so why would they have put a pink flag in it?
They just wouldn't.
Oh, it's suspicious. But it's a circular feature, and then
Oh, I've got a new theory.
Lay it on us.
What if it's someone from behind the scenes has done it, and they're like a lowly runner or something for these big fancy people in the Fellowship?
Hang on. Whoa. I think you'll find that only a Drayton is allowed to scan on Oak
No,
Island.
I'm not saying he scanned it. Just saying maybe he's not part of the gang, not part of the group. It could be a she. And so she has to go and have lunch by herself. It's turned into a girl. And she's sitting in Lot 5 all by herself. All by myself.
Love it.
And then she sees this circle of rocks with another sticky up rock in it. And she's like, no one's going to believe me. I'm a lowly runner. And I'm just eating my sandwiches. So what I'll do is I'll put this flag in it, and then at some point I'll get the credit. Except she hasn't been given the credit.
I mean, that is an elaborate theory. Yeah. And I do have the overwhelming urge to sell the Circle of Rocks, like from Lion King.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Yes, that is a theory that you
It's
have
as
put
good as
forward.
any other theory.
It's as good as any of their theories. Yeah. It's a curiously shaped theory. But they get very excited about this feature. They summon Laird from his lair.
Yeah.
And he determines immediately that it is marking a location. I was really worried they were going to be like... Because there's this sort of circular shaped object sticking up a bit, dare I say, like a headstone. And I was like, what, Raggy?
Pet cemetery.
That's not where I went, but yes.
Where did you go?
Well, I just was like, it's a grave.
Oh, right.
It's the grave for all their hopes and dreams on the island. Samuel Ball, or whoever else that lived on the island previously.
It's the pet rabbit.
They had a pet rabbit?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, they don't know what it is. And he's like, oh, it's definitely marking a location. That circular thing is marking a location for some reason. Deliberately and intentionally.
Well, it is fairly deliberate and intentional. Because there's a flat-faced rock that is upright in the ground.
Headstony.
Yeah, and then there's a circle of, like, quite small boulders, though, all the way around the edge.
One might even say a circle of rocks.
One might say.
What I thought, again, in this episode's most classic Oak Island leap, Scott Barlow then goes, maybe this will explain the Roman coins. How, Scott? Why? Why? I just like, out of nothing. Oh, this will explain, this could be a... You might as well have just said, this may explain the meaning of life.
I wonder if it's written in the stars. You know, get the stars guy back from Italy.
Oh, right, yeah.
See if it lines up with anything.
You are really baffling me at points this episode, like just making me go,
if Scott Barlow's linking it to the Romans, I can link it to the stars, right?
Yes.
There we go.
Sure. Okay. It might explain why all the lead's here. Or...
Templars.
They didn't make that connection.
No.
Obviously, they must have scanned the whole thing, scoured it for like Templar markings.
What's older, the Romans or the Templars?
I think the Templars exist before the Big Bang.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, Templars are sort of Christianity, aren't they?
So
which came after.
Romans first, yeah. If you want a serious answer.
Well, which is probably why he's gone for Roman, because that's even more impressive.
I'm fully expecting that at some point they're going to find a way of going, well, it turns out, actually, by our assumptions, the Romans were the Templars. The Templars were the modern Roman Empire.
Well, I suppose the Templars did have all of the stuff.
Oh, God, what have we become?
Oh, no. Okay.
But basically, we end that section by them going, we're going to bring in the archaeologists. It's a new dig.
Yeah, get in the real people that will actually find out what happened.
We've got the round feature, the rectangular feature. Is this going to be... and we've already got a circular feature.
Yeah.
So is this the marking feature?
Or the oval? Have we had an oval yet?
No, we've had a blob and a baby blob.
Ooh, it could be an octagon, just like nearly a circle.
Well, we can look forward to that. We'll see.
This episode, did Laird say... we are nearly able to understand what was going on?
No, he said that everything we discover gets us nearer to knowing. Because they were like, this just makes it more confusing. He was like, everything we discover gets us nearer.
Right. Yeah, I interpreted
please keep paying me.
as I nearly know what happened.
No, that is grossly over-optimistic.
Decades away from that.
If it's at all possible to know what happened on this mad-ass island... But it's time, Liv, for you to have your fun. We're on to the swamp! Or the bog, or both. Not sure.
I mean, you built that up. I don't quite know how to react now.
You could go with, yeah!
Or hurrah!
Yes, huzzah.
Huzzah?
Huzzah. They find loads of stakes again.
Yeah.
Yet more stakes. The stakes couldn't be higher.
So many steaks are not a thing to eat.
Yeah. They roughage. But they also identify that around these stakes there's a layer of sand, which they just blasé say that means it's man-made.
That means it's linked to the road.
Yes, because there's sand there too.
Yeah.
Never mind the fact they're on a frickin' island and it's surrounded by sand. It's all sand. But I don't understand. Like, sand layer automatically means it must be man-made. Is that a thing? Is that true?
I think it's because the sand is in amongst boulders, which is how the road was made. Because they enter that cross-section that Billy digs out with the digger.
Yeah, because they find stacked rocks, don't
Yes.
they? Which is more... like, I get that.
Yeah. Also, it kind of answers some of the questions, doesn't it? Because when they found that,
Does it?
When they found that road, it was like, what the hell kind of road is this? Like, you'd break an ankle walking along
It's a
there.
rocky road.
But if it was layered with sand to even it up, problem solved.
I'm sorry, I said rocky road and I'm hungry now.
Oh my god.
But in all seriousness, you are right. They also find loads of stakes underneath piles of rocks, and they assert that this is proof that those stakes were laid out as guide points to show them where to build the road.
Yeah, and in fairness, that makes a lot of sense to me.
It does, worryingly so. For
And
Oak Island.
means they'll be able to date the road.
Yes.
Because if the wood is underneath, they can then carbon date that or whatever they want to do to it, and then they've got a date for that road.
This is what keeps us going, is those little snippets of, like, genuinely plausible stuff that isn't batshit.
Yeah.
Like, stuff where you go, no, I can see that makes sense.
The
like,
Romans built roads. It was definitely them.
We found coins! 6 of them. Proof!
I mean, the A1 exists, and therefore this exists.
You've lost me again.
The A1 is a Roman road.
Yes, for our non-UK listeners, the A1 is a dual carriageway / motorway in our country that goes from north to south, and it is
From London to Scotland.
From London to Scotland, and it's formed on the site of the original Roman road that went
up.
Yeah,
I think the
up
M1 is
or
too.
down.
Well, the Romans were going up.
That's true, and then they got to Scotland and went, nah.
Uh-oh, there's a wall here.
Yes, and they went, we are defeated.
Yeah.
It looks cold in there. Let's not. But yeah, they then say like, oh, we've reached the like the voiceover says, oh, because of permitting, they'll have to get more permitting because of the zoning of the swamp.
Because then we learn that different parts of the swamp require different
Yeah.
permits. What the hell kind of government is in control of this place?
The Canadian government.
Unbelievable.
I imagine it'll be based on the lots. So I bet the different lots intersect the swamp.
I don't know. I think
That's
it's
what
to
I
do
think.
with the fauna.
Sure. But they then immediately show them digging some more. And I was like, what the hell is this shit? Did they get their permit the same day? That seems unlikely.
You started writing that down. I could hear more scribbling in a minute.
Well, it's because they eventually reveal that what they've done is, while they wait for the permits to go in that direction they want to go, they've just gone 40 foot north instead.
Yep.
Just like, oh, we'll just go dig over there.
Yeah.
And they get a big old metal beep in the swamp.
Beep, 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 beep.
Bibbidi-bibbidi-bom. And they find the eponymous
Sorry,
metal...
my beeping was inaccurate. It was more like, woo, woo.
Yes, heaven forbid we have factual inaccuracies on a show about Oak Island. They find an iron tube that's pinched at one end. Yeah. And Gary, constantly on it, goes, oh, that's probably from a petronol, which is an old single-fire gun before muskets.
Yeah, and then
He just
later,
pulled that out of
Laird
his
calls
head.
it a hand cannon.
A hand
How
cannon.
ridiculous.
To be fair, hand cannon does sound much more metal.
It reminds me of, Ghosts, a TV series, where the caveman, or in the American one, the Viking, calls cars land ships.
Land ships. Oh, can we call ours land ships? I'm just going to take the land ship to the shop.
You sure can.
Nice. But, to be fair, hand cannon does sound more awesome.
It sounds older.
Yeah, hand cannon. Maybe that's like the oldie worldy, the Templar equivalent of like pocket rocket.
They said nothing about Templars.
No, I know, but I'm feeling weird that they didn't mention Templars once this episode.
I know.
But and then Gary calls it, that's the smoking gun, that is. And I'm
Yeah.
like, there's the line!
There's the title.
Yeah. At least this one makes sense. We know exactly why the episode is called what it is. We're not having to go, what?
Yeah.
But yeah, when they showed that, when they cleaned it down, like in all of it.
In the XRF.
Yes, and they showed us it. I looked at it and went, because they showed us pictures of these
The little diagrams.
petronols, and I was like, those are quite big, long things, right?
No.
Well, they're still a good foot and a half long.
A foot. You are holding up a diagram of like 3 foot.
Okay, but still, the bit that they had was what, 3 inches long, maybe?
Yeah.
I looked at the tapering of that, the angle of it, and it looked like it would at most come to a point at about 8 inches long.
I was thinking that. I thought, okay, so if this is the diagram of what you're saying it is, where does your piece fit on that?
Well, because of the pinched end, that's the I was going to say the bum end, but the bit at the back where the charge would be, so that one end of it, because it's the pinched end by the pictures and everything, which would mean that it can't possibly be. I think we're going to have another highly decorative lead scenario where next week they're going to be like, yeah, that was all bullshit. It's just a bit of thing. Because I looked at it and went, that looks a bit like a whistle.
A whistle?
Yeah, big old whistle.
A big whistle?
Big old whistle.
Okay. Watch this space.
I mean, what I am willing to put my neck on the line and go, I don't think that was a gun.
I think it was a hand cannon.
I don't think it was a hand cannon either. I think that is a load of old shit, but they wanted the nice big... They always like to go, oh, it's off a ship or it's a gun.
Well, to be fair, regardless of what it is a pretty cool object, and it came out of the swamp/bog.
The swog.
The swog.
The swog. That's what we're going to call it from now on.
We will forget.
Swog. But that was it. So that's the big find that we'll find more about next episode. And it is the eponymous smoking gun, even though it wasn't smoking.
Don't forget about the rounded rock feature with another headstone sticking out of it. That's quite a big find.
I think actually that's going to be the most interesting thing to come out of it, unless they dig it and just go, boring. But it looks like there's going to be like from the preview, and that always gets us, but it made it look like there was like this recess in the middle when they started digging it out, and they like got Rick sticking his fist in it, like blindly. Sticks his hand in stuff. Yeah, he's like, I'll stick my arm in this, what could possibly be a toilet.
You know what, we could just call this one the rounded feature, because the original rounded feature is now square.
Rectangular.
Because of how they've dug it.
Yeah.
And they call it the rounded feature whilst showing you a picture of squares.
But that's confusing. Because there's already a rounded feature. How am I going to know which one you're talking about?
The little one? But if they start digging it, it might become huge, and it might even link up with the first one.
Yeah.
Then it won't need a separate
Maybe
name.
we should call it Rick's Folly.
Yeah, all right.
Rick's Folly next week.
Or Laird's.
I don't think that's fair on Laird.
Okay. What about Lonely Runner?
Lonely Runner, okay.
Lonely Runner's Folly.
Well, you pick what you want, listeners. Is it going to be Rick's Folly or Lonely Runner? Lonely Runner makes it sound like their sort of Native American name, like Sitting Bull, or I was going to say Crouching Tiger. But
there we are. We haven't discussed it being Mi'kmaq, have we?
No. Well, they don't. It's verboten on this show. If you say Mi'kmaq, then they shut you down for 6 months.
Yeah.
Hilarious if it was. But yeah, that was the episode. I get the feeling that you're going to score this quite well.
Yeah.
Well, we know it's at least a 5 by your score. So what is your rating out of 10, Liv? Your frustrating rating?
Well, I'm going to go for 8 out of 10.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was quite good. I mean, talking about it now...
It's 8 out of 10, quite good.
Talking about it now, it seems more boring than I felt like it was when we were watching it. I feel like maybe we've done it a disservice.
Okay. Or have we been too kind to it?
No.
Oh?
No.
So you're saying it was more boring than we made out?
No.
It was better than we made out?
Yes.
Right, okay. Oh, so we've done it a disservice by making it sound boring?
Yes. By going, they didn't find anything. They didn't find anything. They didn't find anything.
But that's true. They found the rounded feature, and to be fair, that's, like, for me, that I'm giving it a solid 6 bullshit guns out of 7.
Okay.
Because they found that rounded feature, and that's new archaeology, and I'm excited for that. They didn't mention Templars.
Do you think he'll have a book all about rounded stone features?
Laird Niven, A Life in the Round.
Maybe he could write one if one doesn't exist yet.
But he's too busy constantly being called to random nonsense.
They have an off-season. He could write it in the winter.
I reckon he might have written that Scissors book. Scissoring by...
Oh my god!
No.
No.
Laird Niven, A Cut Above the Rest.
No one wants to read a book called Scissoring written by a man.
Okay. Fair enough. And on that note, we'll end our dignified discussion of Oak Island. That's all, folks.
Thank you so much for listening. See you next time. Bye.
Toodles!